Yeah, good afternoon. Everybody sitting? I would like to keep you informed about everything what's behind the real-time bidding. Even if it's just got 50 minutes, we try to rush you through as best as possible. So first of all, I would like to shortly introduce the company coAdvertise. coAdvertise develops and runs the first real-time bidding platform in Turkey. And our technology is dedicated to the so-called emerging markets. We get more than 130 partners, and overall we serve 20 billion impressions per month. Our major markets are, as I said, the emerging markets, which means we have to take care of every local activity and every local, let's say, market restrictions. So we can't just invent a kind of ecosystem or a bidding platform from maybe the US or the UK and just put it on to the country and say, here, that's it, get happy with it. This is not the way we work. It's always depending on the local restrictions, which have to do with some technical issues, which also have to do with some price issues. There are countries where the eCPM or the CPM or the CTR are really low, and so we still believe in the power of Turkey, and we still believe that Turkey, to us, is one of the emerging markets, which is the major client. To be honest, doesn't mean that we are something like the knights in shining armor. At the end of the day, it's all about business. But when we make it that we can, let's say, send the clients from an engagement from RTB to achievement to RTB, we made a quite good job, and if the client's happy, we are happy too. Some of our clients we work with, we are also present in the Turkish market, cooperating with MediaNet, with MyNet. In Spain, it's CPM. In Eastern Europe, part-wise, it's Goldbach Media. Italy is La Repubblica. We cooperate with all agencies, or the let's say, important one. Let me just get quick something about what is RTB. Real-time bidding is simply, quite simple, the automated trading of each single impression. You have to get away from the idea that you buy CPM, means you buy 1,000 impressions, hoping to reach the one client you want to talk to. On RTB, we just simply can filter out where's the client, what does he do, where does he come from, and what does he achieve from you. In the ideal world, RTB contains two big parts, and this one, let's call it big data. First of all, we have the DSP side, which is the demand side. Demand is the client, is the agency. The supply side is mostly the publisher's side and the ad network side. And in an ideal world, they cooperate and the trading gets in splits of a second in the ideal world. You have to be aware that when you go into the RTB market, there are some other companies you have to talk to. It's one on the SSP side, the sales side, which contains sales houses, sell-side platforms, tools and analytics. Then we have in the middle the ad networks, and then on the right side, the demand platforms, where all agencies are located, like the big ones like Havas. And they also, meanwhile, invented agency trading desks, like Success or like Cadrean, who wanted to run the European market and now get more and more into also the emerging markets. This actually is the situation in Turkey. So it looks a bit different and looks a bit vague to the ones there are. For example, there's absolutely no DSP site. We have delivery system, we have Google, we have, of course, coAdvertise, some ad networks, but the demand side, the demand is nearly not existing. It's okay. So, before, we have to just analyze how systems have to work. How systems have to work when there are not all partners present. if you have no demand side, but you have anyway to fulfill the needs of a quite good working campaign, you have to invent a system which integrates everything you need for a full operation, even if you don't need all the tools which are implemented. You have to have a trading desk, and you have to have, of course, targeting. Actually, RTB mostly contains from retargeting, dynamic retargeting, geo-targeting, which is IP targeting, and of course, optimization algorithms, which is all contained within the system. On the other side, on the sell side, you have to have a yield optimization as a tool, and you have to do, of course, your inventory management. For just a few figure of numbers really knows what's in their inventory. They have to analyze it first. Before getting, there's some sound in it. Do I activate the speaker somehow?
Publisher spends a lot of time trying to sell his inventory to the right advertiser. The result, neither side is satisfied. The advertisers...
Just let me restart it, sorry for this.
Why is digital advertising so difficult? Well, because advertisers and publishers always have different expectations. Currently, advertisers buy inventory from different websites and networks. And the publisher spends a lot of time trying to sell his inventory to the right advertiser. The result, neither side is satisfied. The advertiser spends a lot of money for low performance, and the publisher spends a lot of time for low revenue. So wouldn't it be great if there were one platform that would satisfy both sides? Now there is, the coAdvertise platform. coAdvertise technology identifies the right audience behind the website. So the inventory isn't sold under value, and every single ad impression is auctioned in real time to the highest bidder. Now the advertiser can reach the relevant target group with no losses. He only pays for the audience he needs. The advertiser is willing to pay more for the right audience and way higher performance. Compared to before, that means better performance for advertisers and more revenue for publishers. And all this happens on a single platform, coAdvertise.
So this was really RTB in a real nutshell. Just let me figure out some advantages for both partners within the market. The one, of course, for the advertiser, the audience targeting and bid on the relevant user. Means we get away from the idea content is king, which is more to the idea of the audience is king. You have to reach your audience. You have not just to be present on a homepage or in the news section or on the finance or whatever. It's important to get a direct approach to the demand side, which is the user, which is the user of your website. For it's getting more and more on the demand side. They tell you what they want, they tell you where they have been, they tell you what they expect from you, and this is always in real time. And the only thing, sounds quite easy, the only thing you have to do is get a kind of response, and also in real time. And this is real-time bidding. One big thing behind the DSP and the SSP side is data. As we all live off data, the amount of data gets more and more. Actually, last figure, 2011, is 1 zettabyte. Does any one of you know how many zeros there are behind? Okay, let's make it a competition. The one who's right is a dinner with me. First prize, second prize, 2 dinners with me. No, just kidding. Any ideas? 27. Yeah, 27, that's right. It's 27 zeros behind, so it's quite a massive amount of data, and this data has to be handled. If you can't handle this, you're in little danger when you're talking about RTB, and if you try to be competent in the market, you have to have a system which is possible and allows you to handle this amount of data. Three things are really important. It's about people, it's about the platform, and the ecosystem. To me, the most dangerous thing in this case is about the people. For if you use RTB, and if you want to enter the RTB market, you have to rethink your structures. You have to have people who understand the data, who can do the right interpretation on the data coming in. Let's say people, not that nerds. The US got a funny name for it. They are named quants. So people like wanderers between the world. People knowing marketing and also knowing about data and trying to get the best of those both worlds. We did a little research, and the result was a little bit frightening. For 58% of the marketing managers said, oh, I'm not really familiar to data, and I can't handle it the way it surely could be handled. On the other hand, 62% of the top managers rely on the marketing. So this leads you to large lack of information, or also large lack of interpretation. The biggest challenge now, having a platform where it's possible to buy, trade, and report. There are actually not that much tools in the market, but I know one. Yeah, what's next? Revolution is not there, it's an evolution. Revolution to me means just tumble down the walls we built up to now and then build something new. This is not necessary. We had our experience, and we know how to handle this experience, and know how to, let's say, put this one into the new and upcoming future. The one who says RTB is a hype is not really up to date, to be honest. RTB gets more and more. It's on, especially in the US market, on 327% growth, which is quite an enormous number related to 2010. And actually, up to 14% of all display ads in the US will be traded via RTB. Influencing of other media. We had heard a lot of mobile and influence of mobile and video. This also will have a great impact. We do biddings on mobile. We do biddings on email. We do biddings, of course, first of all, classic display market. But still, real-time bidding continues to rise. It's not a game anymore, and it's not a hype or whatever you call it. And of course, the wall now still existing is a premium inventory. Most publishers just say, oop, this is our cash cow, don't touch it. But they will learn. The pressure is getting more and more, and the pressure is getting higher. For at the end of the day, the demand side, which is the user or the agency, they put a high pressure on the publisher. And if they can't fulfill the pressure, there are maybe other ways getting their expecting the needs. So finally, I just want to excuse to the company which come next to me. As we did the presentation, we simply didn't mention that there's another one like iBillboard. Welcome to the market. We're happy to share this market with you and measure our quality. And that's it for now. So the last word I would like to say is teşekkürler. I hope it's okay. Thanks. Any questions? Okay, question about dinner. Oh. News on the market? Okay. That's it for me. Thanks.